What's going on, guys? Today is Thursday, May the 17th. I apologize for not doing a show yesterday. Man, it's been nuts around here, the end of school, as it always is. And prom's coming up this weekend. And so I apologize for that. And as we continue, I may be able to only do a show maybe just a few times a week. But I certainly plan on continuing the process because we're able to reach so many of our kids here at Woodmont High School. Today, it's kind of funny. This time of year in a public school, man, the bill comes due. The bill comes due. All of those assignments that you've put off, all of the grades that you've earned, and maybe you haven't done your best, or maybe you've been mailing it in. Well, the bill comes due in the next few weeks, and it's sad because oftentimes it puts our students in a sense of panic because they realize they haven't been doing what they should have, and now they're acting crazy trying to catch up and trying to get everything turned in so that they can have the privilege of walking across the stage. I talked with a senior yesterday and they said, "Oh my gosh, coach, I am so ready to get out of this place. I am so burned out. I've got the worst case of senioritis." And that's kind of sad because when you talk to graduates, oftentimes they will say, "Oh my gosh, coach, I miss high school so much. My life was so much easier when I was in high school," because once you cross that stage, for many of our kids, man, life smacks you in the face. And the reality of how difficult life truly is soon becomes the real deal for many of our kids, and they just don't enjoy their high school experience. But it's kind of like that old country song, "You're gonna miss this." And I tell them that all the time. They kind of laugh at me and they say, "Oh, no way, coach, no way." And eventually I run into them, and yep, they miss it, and they realize, man, I had it pretty good when I was in high school. But we live in an entitled society. We live in a privileged society where people think that they're owed something. Well, one thing's for sure. I can promise you this. In life, you're not owed anything, and you only get what you earn. I know that to be a fact. You only get what you earn. And I think about this all the time in my specific job. When I started out as a coach, I started out as a volunteer. I was washing clothes. I was mopping floors. I was cleaning buses. I was driving buses. I was cutting grass. I was doing anything and everything to give myself some value so that they would decide that, hey, we need to keep him on board. And many times today at high schools all the way across the country, when a coach starts their career, they don't start on a sub-varsity team like the middle school or the C team or the JV. They're a position coach on the varsity team. And that leads to other issues. Our students, when they get a job, they don't want to start at the bottom and work their way up and it be their total body of work. They refuse to take the stairs. They want to show up, push the button on the elevator, get in and go all the way to the top immediately, and it just doesn't work that way. It also doesn't work that way with your grades. A kid yesterday told me, "Oh, I think Mr. Smith's going to give me an F." And I backed up and started laughing. And I said, "Do you think your teachers are really in this profession because they just hate kids and they just give you an F because they don't like you?" And you know what? Then I asked him, I said, it may be because that's the grade you earned. And maybe Mr. Smith is just doing his job and he's giving you the grade that you've earned over 4 9 weeks period of time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard have you worked in that class? Oh, about a 6. Well, guess what? A 60 is a D. And shame on you for not making it a 10. Because you didn't take pride in your work and you didn't show up every day and do your best. Every day is game day. Every day. And it also happens sometimes when a kid gets disciplined. "Oh, Mr. Jones, he wrote me up on a referral." Or "he kicked me out of class." No, Mr. Jones didn't kick you out of class. You kicked you out of class. The rules say you can't be on your cell phone in class. You know what the rule is. And you chose to break the rules. So when the teacher acts on what you chose to do, it's not the teacher's fault that you're out in the hallway. It's your fault when you're out in the hallway. So I just hope that you realize life doesn't owe any of us any favors. You will always get what you earn, you will reap what you sow, and you are responsible for you. So I hope that you've had a great week. I hope that you take this to heart. We've got prom this week, so of course we'll have a show about that later. But I hope that you have an awesome Thursday. Make today count. Be the best version of you possible. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.